So in this question, we're told that water flows through the pipe sections shown here, and we're given a diagram. We're told that this pipe has a radius of 10 centimeters. The section is 1 meter long, and the water flows at a rate of 0.5 meters per second. If the pipe only fills halfway, how many cubic meters of water in terms of pi passes through over the course of an hour? And so this is basically a question about area and volume and just figuring out kind of using common sense how much water is going to pass through this pipe. So we can see clearly that the pipe is a cylinder, and so the volume of a cylinder is going to be pi r squared h. However, we're also told that the pipe only fills halfway, and so if we were to shade in kind of what we'd expect the pipe to look like, it would basically be filled halfway with water, so we'd only see water up until this point, and so it's going to be kind of, if anything, a half cone or a hemicone, or yeah, basically a half a cone that we're dealing with here. So we're just going to have to divide this by 2 in order to find the volume of water that's going to be there at any given moment. And the other thing I'd say here to be really careful about is the units. So we can see that we're given the radius in terms of centimeters, but then we know the pipe is a meter long and has a flow rate of 0.5 meters per second. So because most of the units are in meters here, I'm going to change this radius into meters as well. And so r is equal to 10 centimeters, which is equal to 0.1 meters. So that's one thing I keep in mind. We know that L is going to be equal to the length, which we're already given, which is a meter as well. And so I'll just change H to L for our formula, and I'm just going to plug the numbers in. And so when we simplify that, we're going to get that the volume of water in the pipe at any given moment, or basically what's shaded in blue in our diagram, is going to be 0.005 meters cubed. And so that's the volume of water, but that isn't the amount of water passing through. And to find that, we need to multiply by the flow rate, which is 0.5 meters per second. So you can think about it like the pipe's a meter long, the water's only flowing at a rate of half that. So it takes 2 seconds for a full kind of semicircle to enter and then exit the far side, a semicircle of water. So we're going to be multiplying by the flow rate now as well. And I've also just realized that I accidentally dropped a pi, so there should have been pi on the first line up here. But in any case, the amount of water passing through the pipe per second is going to be 0.0025 pi meters cubed per second, because the rate of flow is always going to be distance over time, and so we have to not distance over time, but volume over time, and we need to make sure we get our units right. So it's going to be meters cubed every second. And so the trickiest part of this question is basically done now, because we found the amount of water passing through the pipe every second, and the only thing left to do is figure out how much goes through each hour. And so I always think the simplest way to do that, or whenever I'm dealing with time, I always just multiply by the units individually. So there's 60 seconds each minute, and there's also 60 minutes each hour. So rather than memorizing the number of seconds in an hour, we can just multiply up this way. And this is going to give us in a second now the amount of water passing through each hour. So when we simplify this, we're going to get an answer of 9 pi meters cubed per hour. So that is the amount of water passing through each hour, and so that is going to be it for this question.